We have all been there with gummy, sticky curls that are weighed down and oily looking, or have had hair with like random frizzy sections. It just looks dry and poofy, yuck. Well, what if I told you that all of these symptoms can actually happen if you're using too little or too much gel? I promise by the end of this video, you're actually going to be shocked at how you'll be able to apply the perfect amount of gel for the desired results that you need, considering your length, your density of your specific hair. I've used this method for thousands of curly haired women who've watched my videos, or I've worked with one-on-one, or have worked with in Curls Monthly, so I know that this will work on you too. So to show you how to do this on this video, I'm first going to talk through all hair lengths and all hair types to show you exactly how to figure out how much you need. I will also show you signs of whether or not you use too little or too much, so then moving forward you can kind of adjust for future wash days. I'll show you how I use a gel that I love so you can try the same thing at home. So if you are ready to break free from having no idea how much gel to use on your hair and ready to stop guessing, I can't wait for you to absorb the rest of this video content. You're gonna love it. How do you find how much gel your hair needs? And really honestly, this can go for most styling products. The reason why gel is a little bit different and why this video is specifically about gel and not just products in general is gel can sort of make or break how your desired results turn out. So it's kind of hard to just like kind of make a blanket statement on how much gel or anything you should use, because it really matters about like what you actually want your hair to turn out as. So like somebody could say like, oh, Barbara, use this amount of gel to make your curls perfect, but their version of perfect curls might not be your version of perfect curls. So maybe they say use this amount of gel, but they're into really, really big, voluminous hair. That's not gonna be the same type of gel that you should use. So that's why I really wanna break this down and get really specific with you so you really can understand how much gel you should use. A few disclaimers before I even get into anything. Of course, it's gonna vary slightly, and of course, there's going to be some trial product and error. So that's why step 2 of this video, I'm gonna teach you how to like figure out, you know, if you use too much or too little, how to tell, and then you can kind of work off of that, because there is trial and error that goes along with it, especially because not all gels are created the same. So in this video, I'm going to be specifically talking about the Inahsi gel that I'm going to use. This is the Inahsi Pamper My Curls Curl Sculpting Glaze. This is a very stronghold gel. I'm thrilled to use this month. Love a stronghold gel, and the shine that this is going to give your hair is truly unmatched. This is protein free. Like I said, it's a stronghold gel, lots of shine, has a very minimal ingredient list, and honestly that's why I love Inahsi in general. All of the ingredients that they put in their products are all very thought out. They don't just add things in. So I believe maybe there's like 8 ingredients in here, but you recognize every single thing. And I'm really so excited about this specific product because my favorite ingredient, and it's in a product, I know I'm gonna like it, is marshmallow leaf root extract, and this has that in there, so the curl gods, they got me today. Like I said, marshmallow root is one of my favorite things. They also have nettle leaf extract, which is another ingredient I like, so I'm telling you, like, whoever made this product, like, had me in mind, I swear. This is a dream. This is a Barbara dream. Inahsi's entire philosophy is you without compromise. They're passionate about making high quality hair products. And what's really cool is the founder is also the developer. So all the formulations are very specific for all curly hair types. So it's really exciting to be able to like actually try what the founder had in mind firsthand. I've actually talked about Inahsi quite a lot on this channel. I really do love it. It's been in quite a few videos. So I'm excited to use another one of their products today. So the basis that you want to go off of for picking gel for your hair is to basically do the finger trick, I guess. I don't know if this really has a name. I didn't make it up, but it is a really good trick to figuring it out. Where basically all you do is you wrap your pointer finger and your thumb around the circumference of your hair, just like as if your pointer and finger and your thumb are like a hair tie. So you want to do it so that you're kind of squeezing your hair tight, but not too tightly. So basically you just put your finger and your thumb over your hair and just hold snug but not tightly. And then however big that circumference is how much basically product you want to use for your entire head of hair. Now this can get confusing because, okay, you use this much, but then do you stack it high? Do you stack it low? That could mean a lot of things. If I use mousse, maybe it's differently, but this video is just about gel. That's also where length comes into play, because I could do this and have hair that's up to my shoulders, but I could also do this and have hair that's down to my butt. So what I like about the finger trip is that it is going to give you a general idea of where to start. But where a lot of people fail is when they just use the finger trick and they use that as their gospel truth, and then they don't try to like, you know, do any variants off of that. They hear me or somebody say that sometime online and they're like, no, this is how much I'm supposed to use, but really you are just using that as a guideline. Basically, I do this and mine is usually about this big. So that is how much gel I want to use for my entire head of hair. So a lot of times we do gel in sections. So if I'm doing 4 sections, you want to basically, you know, divide that by 4-ish and work off of that. Now, obviously, if you have longer hair, you're going to make it slightly bigger. If you have shorter hair, you're also going to make it slightly smaller. If you want more volume, you're going to use less gel. And then if you have the desired results of really, really defined curls, curls that are more weighed down looking, or curls that are kind of closer to your head, like that very defined look, you'll put about 25% more based on your length. And then you'll put about 25% more on top of that, so about 50% more if you are wanting more defined curls. If you want something in the middle, maybe only put 15% more. But again, what is 15%? You're probably not gonna get a scale to figure that out. So it really is a guesstimate, and you're going off of what you used last time. My biggest recommendation for all of this in general, if you really wanna nail down the product amount, is to literally take a photo of how much gel that you use, like on your hand, on your palm, or on a table. Take a photo with that, and then the next photo in your camera roll, have it be a selfie when your hair is done. So then you have sort of how much you used and the end result. So then you're able to compare and contrast for future wash days to really get that perfect result down. So that's what you would do. Again, I really recommend taking note of your wash days and taking note of how much product and what product you're using, because it does also vary product to product. This gel is a little bit of a thicker gel. Sometimes you'll see gels that are a little bit more slimier, thinner, maybe they're almost like water or like a serum. You might use slightly different then. Usually I feel like the thicker the gel, the less you need. So if you pull your hand out and it's about here, you have shorter hair, so you shorten the circle a little bit. You want volume, so you shorten the circle even more. If the gel that you're using is more thick and it's like a jello feeling, you can use a tiny, tiny bit more. And if it's more slimy, like a serum or like water, then you want to use less. Usually those serumy, watery gels, less is more. A lot of times those seary, watery gels are what makes your hair like weighed down and things like that. So they're good products, but you want to be careful of how you use them because it is slightly different than a regular gel. So how do you tell whether or not you use the correct amount at the end of your wash day? Because yes, we can go off of this, we can use these little rules, but in the end, you do have to kind of guess and check. So again, I'm going to emphasize taking notes and just simply taking photos of the type of gel that you use, how much of it, and then your end result wash day, and just have that somewhere on your phone so you can go back and reference. That's going to be a lifesaver for you. Maybe it seems extra, but I promise it will really, really help get you there faster. So going that little extra mile and doing those little extra steps really do help. In the beginning of my curl journey, like I have a really good basis now, I can kind of just tell how much product I need. But in the beginning of my curl journey, I would use Snapchat because you can like write directly on the photo, and I would save it to like a Snapchat folder. And that's how I handled it back then. And then also I have to say, every time I use a new gel, I still do have a bit of a learning curve. I mean, I can kind of guess because I've been doing this so long, like ish at this point, based on how liquidy or how solid it is, I can guess how much I need, but some gels just are formulated with way more shine ingredients, and I don't really like those shine ingredients as much, so that's going to mean that I'm going to need a little bit less of that type of gel. So again, like it is always a little guessing game, but that's what makes curls so fun. Like that is the game, the journey of curly hair, and that's what's fun about it. So, okay, you washed your hair, results are in. Basically, you can tell if you use too much if your hair color is a few shades darker than it normally is. This is gonna be more obvious for my lighter colored girlies like myself. Like I can really tell if I use too much of a product based on the color of my hair. It really will like kind of look darker because it's almost greasier. If you already have super duper dark hair, it will honestly look a little bit darker even still. You can really notice it at your roots. It'll be the kind of like oily looking, gunky feeling, gummy feeling, and that's how you're going to kind of know that you use a little bit too much that wash day. When you use too little, what your hair will look like is a lot of times you'll experience random frizzy patches. So like your hair will be kind of perfectly defined, and then you'll have some section in the back that like is softer feeling than the rest of your hair, and usually that's like you just skipped product. So you're gonna need more product if you're just finding pieces in your hair that's just skipped over. Usually frizz can really be, eliminated from using the right amount of product. Now I have to say, your frizz also might be coming from not clarifying often. So that's a side note. I have like 35,000 videos on clarifying, when to clarify, why to clarify, what to clarify with. So check those out because that's going to really also help you. But if you're clarifying regularly, you do all the stuff and you're still getting frizz, a lot of times it's because you're not using enough gel. So general rule of thumb, drier, frizzier, not using enough gel, weighed down oily, you probably use too much. So the next time you wash, you just use a little bit less from the time before. I would also recommend if you use too much or too little to bring the gel closer to your roots. So a lot of times, sometimes you'll look like you use too much gel if you're kind of applying it from the roots down. You always want to apply gel from your tips up. So that will also help as well. All right, I'm gonna go shampoo and condition and I will meet you back here to do the styling portion and show you exactly how much product I use on my hair in real time. Okay, so I'm all showered and I just put a little bit of leave-in conditioner in my hair. You can do the whole leave-in trick with like the fingers, the same as the gel, although because I prefer a little bit more volume, I usually end up using a lot less leave-in than my hair would tell me to. So when my hair is dry and I do the finger technique, I have about this much hair in my hand. So again, you want to do it when it's dry because when it's wet, you're gonna have way less. Like here's the difference of when it's wet. It's like a full thumb difference. So when it's dry, it's about this much. I've done it a million times, so I know exactly how much it is. And then I take into effect, okay, do I want more volume or more definition? I'm gonna go probably for a right in between, so I'm not going to adjust for that. But my hair is quite long, so I am probably gonna adjust a little bit more for the length. So in general, I should be taking about this much product. I usually don't do this, but for the purpose of this video and because you're going to have to train to figure out, and like I said, I want you to take photos, I'm actually going to lay this out. This is what I want you to do when you're first starting. I literally am going to lay that amount out on a surface that doesn't mind getting some product on it. A bit more. And that is about how much I'll use. So then that's when you would take a picture. You would take a picture of this and that's about how much that you would want to use on your hair. So from here, I am now going to section off my hair. This is my preferred styling method. You don't have to use this exact styling method. This is again what I prefer, so I'll show you how I do it. So at this point, when my first group of hair is out and ready to be styled, I just make sure that it's nice and wet. Then I'll take about a quarter of that amount of gel and I will apply it to this section. So I'm always kind of starting at the bottom and then going right to the top. Then my preferred styling method is my define brush and then just to brush through my hair after the gel's already in it. And then scrunch. Also a good sign that you have enough product is if you hear this noise when you scrunch. If you don't hear that noise, you probably don't have enough product. So now I'm just going to pin this section away and then take down section 2 of 4. So now I'm going to take another 1/4 of this gel, so really only half should be left over at this point, and rake that through. Something I love about this gel is it really does have a lot of leave-in conditioner properties to it. So I really didn't even use much of my leave-in conditioner and I used a really lightweight spray leave-in conditioner because really inside of this gel has most of the moisture that most curly girls could need. Taking down section 3 of 4. You can do as many sections as your hair needs. I used to always do 3, now I've been doing 4. As my hair has gotten longer, I just feel like it works better. Okay, so then I'm taking another 25% of this and raking that on my hair. And the last section. When you do this method, the last section should really just be your bangs and the very tip of your crown. But I'm just gonna take that little last section of gel. I love this gel because it honestly glides on so easily. And this is why you're supposed to pin your hair back, because I forgot to pin the sections below back, and now all my sections are mixed. Don't do what I did. Now, after you are all styled, you do have the option at the end of your routine to add more gel, once you do put gel on all the layers. I am not thinking like I'll need it because this is like a super strong hold product and I feel like I used a good amount, but just so you know, that is an option and you will see me do that in a lot of videos if you want that extra hold, that extra definition. I'm going to dry my hair and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. So my hair is all dry and I do actually think that I used the perfect amount. I still have a little gel cast left in my hair. And actually this is a stronger hold gel, but I must say is I didn't get like the strongest gel cast in the world, which is neither a good thing or a bad thing. It just is a thing. Worth noting, some people really like a strong cast, some people like not a strong cast. I would say that this is like a little above average of a strong cast. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of a hair oil, and then I always start with clapping the cast out. All right, here's the end result. I really honestly think I nailed the product application on this. You can see that my roots aren't greasy. They don't have that weighed down look to it. It's all defined, but it still has a nice bounce to it, so it's not weighed down. So that is exactly how I would pick product for my hair type for the product based on my desired results. Of course, leave any questions you have in the comments. I would love to help you out on this journey. Make sure you try the Inahsi Gel Sculpting Glaze if you want curls that look like this. I seriously love this wash day.